Hello friends, welcome back in web development using PHP session. In this session, we are going to learn how to write user-defined functions in PHP. We can write the simple function, the first simple function with the syntax of writing the function is keyword function followed by name of the function, then parenthesis and curly these parentheses and executable code. Here we have to write. How we can call this function? Calling the function is you have to give the function name and this parenthesis semicolon. So this line will call this function and then the code inside this will execute. Secondly, we can check the functions which can take the parameters as an input. While we can pass the parameters to the functions, two types of functions we can write, that values can be passed to the function by value and values can be passed by the reference. Let's check value by pass by value function. So syntax for it is a function keyword, name of the functions and the number of parameters you want to receive to this function, and then the body of the function. So this is the declaration of a function which takes the parameters as an input and those parameters will take the value. When we will call this function like this, suppose function name of the function which we want to call and the first value and second value. So these two values will pass to parameter 1 and parameter 2 respectively as a value. So there will be a separate copy of the values inside this variable which will be pointed by parameter 1, parameter 2. So if in this executable code if we change the value in values of parameter 1 and parameter 2, that will not reflect to this value 1 and value 2 as it is a pass by value. Then third type of function we can declare in PHP is pass by reference. So see, if we take an example, syntax for it is function keyword, then function name, and while declaring the parameter we have to write the ampersand. It is for the location, address, and then parameter name, and then body of the function. How can we call this function? While calling it is a simple, you have to write the function name and value. In this case, this value will be passed by reference, means it will pass the reference of this variable val to the parameter, so that in this executable code if we do the change in the value with the parameter 1, that change will happen to the value associated with this variable val. This is the pass by reference. Now check the fourth step, that the function which can take the parameters and also return the value as an execution. So for that, syntax is keyword function name and parameters which you want to pass. Inside the body of the function, the code which we want to execute, that is the business logic, and the last statement will be return and the value, the variable name which value we want to send as a return. So after execution of this code, this value will be returned to the calling function. How to call this function? For call, now as compared to this first, second and third call, in this first, second and third call we are not expecting any value returned by the function, but in this fourth we are expecting that the call function should return the value. So after returning the value, we should store that value in some variable. So here is the $result equal to name of the function, and we can pass the parameters value 1 and value 2. So value 1 will be assigned to parameter 1, value 2 will be assigned to parameter 2. Then code will execute and it will return the variable value. This value will stored in the result variable. So these are the different ways which we can write the functions, user defined functions in PHP. In next session we will see how to write this function and execute.